Welcome back to High School Football Final here on WUCO 107.9. I'm your host, the Big Hoss Charles Jackson, presented by Duke's UP. That was Nickelback's acclaimed hit, Photograph from the All the Right Reasons special edition album that came out in 2005. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the High School Football Final Show. I'm the Big Hoss Charles Jackson, powered by Duke's Legal PA. It is 2:38 on the East Coast, and we're still waiting for confirmation from our source to make sure that this is official. So, really excited. This is a great day for Union County football. Really excited for the program after a disappointing 2025 season, the worst season in Union County since 2006. When the Tigers went 1-9, 06-07 season. Tigers went 2-8 this year. Only wins came against the Keystone Heights Indians and the Paxton Golden Eagles. Lake Butler finished the season on a 4-game losing streak, including the 28-14 loss in the FIT second round as they lost to Holmes County to finish season 2-8. Tigers' first losing season since 2007. First time the Tigers missed the playoffs since 2016. Coach Lamar Waters was the head coach. He was gifted the head coaching position 30 days, actually less than 45 days before the kickoff game against Yulee earlier this year. He did the best he could. There was some bright spots on the team. The emergence of freshman quarterback Cadence Spears was thrown in the lineup. His first career start came against the Fort White Indians. We lost a lot of players due to the transfer portal, including our leader rusher from last year, Drew Simmons, who went on to Columbia High School. We lost Coach Thomas less than 2 months away from the opening kickoff this year. He went to Baker County defensive coordinator. Now he's the head man, his alma mater of Dixie County High School. Still waiting on the confirmation from our school board district on the results. Do we have our guy that will take over the football program of 2026? Now, for Union County fans who don't know, the Tigers did drop down in competition level. They dropped down to the Sunshine State Athletic Association, the SSAA for short. They will be there for the 2026 season. The Tigers are going to rebuild the team and try to get back to their winning ways for 2026 and beyond. The Tigers will be retaining a lot of youth for this team. More than 65 to 75% of our players were underclassmen, majority sophomores. So we lose a couple of seniors, but the Tigers are relatively young as we get prepared for the news that we all been waiting for as Tiger fans. We're waiting for the confirmation right now. I want to thank all of our sponsors, current sponsors, Spires IGA, Murray Automotive Super Centers, Teal Tyler Stark, Southland Wood and Steel, Duke's Legal PA, and Scott Roberts Insurance for currently sponsoring Union County Radio. If you want to sponsor Union County Radio, please inbox myself on Aaron Dukes, and we'll give you more information to become a sponsor for that's football season over. Our current sponsors, if you want to jump on to we're working on getting sponsors for our softball season, which is around the corner. Basketball season just getting started. Baseball season is around the corner. If you want to sponsor those programs for the upcoming spring sports and winter sports, inbox myself and Aaron Dukes, and we'll get you taken care of right away. Speaking of basketball, your Union County Fight Tigers men's basketball team, the varsity team, is looking phenomenal through the first 5 games. Undefeated to start the season. It was on TV 20 News on Monday night after that 30-point victory over a very solid and improved Dixie County Bears team on Monday night. The Tigers led as much as 41 in the victory, led by Garrison Smith, who had 23 points, who was also a sophomore, as well as another sophomore, Tyrese Chandler, who had a wonderful three-game stretch. He had 22. Chandler had 30 and 12 against Fort White. He had 13 against Brantford, and he had 22 in Monday's win over the Dixie County Bears. If you add those points together, That is a total of 67 points. 65 points in 3 games. If you do the averages per game for a 3-game stretch for Tyrese Chandler, 65 divided by 3, averaging 21.6 points per game over the last 3 games. Now let's go ahead and preview our matchup against the Bradford Tornadoes, which is the annual battle of the county line, or the Battle of New River, as the Tigers and the Tornadoes meet this time on the hardwood. And the Tigers lost their matchup last year to the Bradford Tornadoes at home, 60-49. But the Tigers only played the Bradford Tornadoes once last year. They'll play them once again this year. But this year it will be in Stark. So, ma'am, sir, please come out your permanent goal, support Coach Alvin Merricks and those Tigers that looking to go 6-0 against a Bradford team who just played their second game of the year last night against the Eastside Rams, where they fell 51-47 to fall to 1-1. They do have a game on Thursday night where they'll take on the Fort White Indians at home, between Bradford and Fort White in Stark, before they take on us on Friday night. Let's go look at the history of Bradford and Union County as we wait the word from my source on the current football status. Let's look back at the history of Union County versus Bradford on the court. Now, I've been in Union County since 2001, so it doesn't go as far back as Owen or Max Press. The furthest go back is 20 years, which is 05-06, which I believe it was a freshman or 8th grader. But the Tigers that year, okay, they'll have to score for 05-06. Let's go to 06-07. So 06-07, they don't have that score either. They ain't recorded no scores in this rivalry in a long time. 07-08. Let's see. Okay, so 07-08 season, Bradford won that matchup 51-49. That was in Stark. So Bradford won that one. Look at the stat game. Boys, look at these names I haven't seen over 10 plus years. Marcus Albritton was on that team. He had 3 points. Samson Jackson was a senior. He had 14 points to lead the way, 5 of 14 from the field. Adam Kaysen, shout out my classmate Adam Kaysen, who works now for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department. He had 6 points that game. Clyde Barrett, who's also a senior on that team. Frankie Caldwell had 14 of 4 of 11 shooting. Alvin Jernigan, the transfer from Columbia, came in. He had 7 of 2 for 9 shooting. And then Vincent Winston, RIP, my friend Vincent Winston, he was a freshman that year, and he had 4 points. Tigers lost that game by 2 in a close one in Stark. The next time the Tigers played that year, actually, Tigers was pretty good that year. The Tigers were 17-11 that year. Good season for Coach Lee Clark and the Bradford and the Union County Tigers. The next time the Tigers played Bradford, it was another 2-point loss, this time at home against the Tornadoes. So the Tigers were swept that year in 07-08. In that game, Frank Caldwell had 16 points, 6 of 8 shooting. Samson Jackson didn't shoot well, but he had 14 points. Funny thing is, Samson Jackson is an athletic director now at Bradford County High School. He was also a point guard here at Union County High School, so it's kind of bittersweet to see his alma mater come up and play his new school. But he had shot 3 for 12 from the field, 14 points. Marcus Albritton had 8 points. And Clyde Barrett had 6. Adam Kaysen had 7. He didn't shoot well as well. He was 2 for 12 from the field. Tigers only lost by 2 points that year. So the Tigers were 0-2 in that matchup. Let's go to 2008, 2009, which is the next year. So I'm trying to see what's the record of this series between the Tigers and Tornadoes since 2007. So 2-0 Tigers favored. That next year, which was my junior year, the Tigers dropped from 17-11 to 5-14. It was a tough year. The Tigers opened up the season 6 straight losses, including an overtime loss to Keystone Heights on the road. They lost to Newberry, Keystone, Interlochen, Chiefland, Columbia, and Hamilton County. They get their first win until they beat Pearson Taylor by 20. They lost to Vanguard by 14. North Marion by 5. Got revenge against Keystone at home by 5. And they did not play Bradford at all that year. So they played Bradford all in 2008-09. So let's go to my senior year, which is the 09-10 season. And the Tigers was dropped to 4-14 the following year. They lost to Bradford 50-37, lost by 13, a low-scoring affair at home. They didn't show a stat sheet for that game as well. Tigers lost the last 3 times up to that date, and then they lost to Bradford again, this time at Bradford. Bradford won 70-63, so Tigers with a 4-game losing streak at that point from 07 to 2009. The Tigers did not beat Bradford at all. So then you're going to fast forward to the year after I graduated high school, which is 2011. Tigers went 6-10. They lost to Bradford again by 10. So 5 consecutive losses from 07 to 2011. The Tigers could not beat Bradford in basketball. Let's go to the next matchup in 2011. And Union County lost to Bradford again by 7. So the Tigers, for the 3rd consecutive time, they were swept by Bradford. So 6 consecutive losses for Union County in basketball, dating back to the 07 season. So go to 2012. That team went 12-13 and went on to play, I believe, in the Final Four that year. Yep, Union County lost to Hawthorne that year by 3. Union County lost to Hawthorne in the state semifinal by 3. Despite a 12-13 regular season, the Tigers fell and then Chipley won the state championship over the Hawthorne Hornets in the state championship that year, 71-48. Tigers went to their first state semifinal. Alongside Tigers lost to Bradford by 8 that year. The first match was 7 consecutive losses for the Tigers. It lost to Bradford again by 5, so 8 straight losses dating back to the 07 season up to 2012. Let's go to 2013. Tigers went 17-13, back-to-back Final Four appearances for the Tigers. Tigers lost to Bradford 85-46. That's 9 straight losses. They lost to Bradford 76-52. That is 10 straight losses despite losing. Actually, though, they played Bradford 3 times that year. So that 11 straight losses. They had 07 between the Tigers and the Tornadoes. They eventually lost to West Gatson in the state semifinal round, which West Gatson went on to win the state championship. Tigers went 17-13, led by Shamie Mayweather, who was the leading scorer that year. 2014. So that's 11 straight losses for Union County against Bradford. Tigers dropped 11-17 the following year. Tigers got their first win in almost 11 tries over Bradford, winning 58-56 on December 18, 2014. The Tigers got the win. 2015. First win of the Tigers. First win over Bradford in 11 tries. They won 58-56. That is a road game against Bradford County. They won in Tornado Country, and they don't have the stats for that game at all. But the Tigers won in 11 the last 12 matchups from 15 to 07 against the Tornadoes. And they swept Bradford for the first time. And I don't know when. I don't know the last time Union County swept Bradford before the 2015 season. They swept the Tornadoes the second match. They won 72-66 over Bradford at home that year. And they eventually lost to Newberry in the district playoffs. So the Tigers swept the Tornadoes in 2015. Let's look at the 15-16 season. The Tigers are 2-11 against Bradford County since 07 up to 15. Okay, they beat Bradford. So you count a 3-game win streak. They beat Bradford 50-42 in Stark. This is the 2015-16 season. Okay, so Tigers won 3 straight in the series, 3-11 over the last 14 meetings. Okay, so let's see how they do the next matchup in Union County. Tigers sweep the Tornadoes for the second straight year. 4 of the last 4 wins out of 15 attempts. The Tigers are 4-11 since 2007 against Bradford. So let's go to 2016-17. Let's go to 16-17. It's the 2017 season. Tigers eventually did lose their 4-game win streak. They fell by 18 on the road. So the Tigers are 4-12 against Bradford. So 4-13 against Bradford. They lost the second match. So the Tigers get swept for the first time in 3 years over Bradford. Let's go to 18. Okay. Bradford beat Tigers for the third straight time. 4-14. 4-15. Go to 19. They played Bradford all this year. No, in 19 they played Bradford at all. So we have to go to 2020. So 4-15 since 07 for the Tigers so far. I'm in 2020 now. Did not play Bradford in 2020 either. So now we're going to 2021. Tigers 12-7 that year. No Bradford match that year either. So now we're going to 2022. They played Bradford. They played Bradford either. So they went for a little hiatus against Bradford. Now we're going to 2023. Still no Bradford. So the Tigers have played Bradford about 4 years at one point. Now we're going to 2024, which is last year. The year before last. 13-11. The Tigers went the year before last. And the Tigers did not play Bradford. So last season was the first time the Tigers played Bradford in about 5 years. They lost that match about 11 last year. Are 4-16 against Bradford in 20 meetings since 2007. Tigers are 4-16 in 20 meetings since 2007. The last time the Tigers played Bradford in a basketball game before last year, you might have to go back to the pandemic year of 2020. It was 22. No. You got to go back to 2019, last time Bradford. No. No. It's 2018. It was that long of a drought? Yep, the last time County played Bradford, January 16, 2018, before leading in Lake Butler. So it was a 6-year gap between the last time Union County and Bradford played, between 18 and Tuesday Street against Bradford. They won 4 straight in the series. So last time the Tigers beat Bradford County, you have to go back. It was 2015. No. Yes. Last time the Tigers beat Bradford County was 2015. On January 7th, Butler that year. She says the last time the Tigers beat Union County, the last time the Tigers beat Bradford was the 2014-2015 season. Make sure I'm correct before I lie. I'm a liar. So it was 2015-2016 season when beat the Tornadoes. It's December 17th, 2015. Last time the Tigers beat the Tornadoes. So the Tigers last 5 meetings since 2015. 2015 that year after was the following year in 2000. So it's been a long Charles and Texas have beaten the Tornadoes. But like I said before, it was a 6-year gap from 18 to 24 before the Tigers faced the Tornadoes again, which was at home. So that's going to be an interesting one on Friday night. Still confirmation. Just got word from the University of Florida is transferring. Another receiver. That's our second transfer reporter for the University of Florida. Lord, all these transfers is killing my nerves. On the air, thank y'all for tuning in to the high school football final show. I'm the host. Confirmation on Coach Pruitt in Union County. Still waiting on the confirmation. Supposed to be getting news from Well, you heard the video. It is official. The standard has returned. Hashtag build a tradition. District champion once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Legacy reloaded. The Tigers have their man. It is former head coach and established head coach here in Union County. Coach Robbie Pruitt is back in the purple and gold. He is I think he's a seven-time state champion. One, two, three, four, five. Seven-time state champion head coach, including three here in Union County. Tigers looking to get back to their old ways as they have their head coach. Shout out to those who made this possible, including our first. We have to give honor to our superintendent, Mike Ripplinger, for helping and making this happen. Now the question is this, y'all: if he's back, but how long is he back for? Coach Pruitt is now 65 years old. He's entering year 43 coaching high school football. He's been coaching since he was 22 years old. He's now back. He is age 65, entering his 43rd year. Oh, Lord. So it is official. Coach Robbie Pruitt is back. Sorry about that. I had the mic muted for the video. The standards return. Seven-time champion Robbie Pruitt is back in the purple and gold, where he belongs. The question is this: now 65 years old, how much longer does Coach Pruitt have left in the tank? He's entering year number 43 as head coach in high school football. He's the only coach in North American football to have 200 wins at two different states. And the question is this: how long will he be here for? We got our guy, but how much longer does Coach Pruitt have left in the tank? I heard a lot of murmurings about if we got Pruitt, will he coach in 70? Will he coach with the state championship? How long will Coach Robbie Pruitt coach the Union County Tigers? The phone lines are open. The phone number to call is 352-647-7102. Pruitt is back to coach the Tigers. The last time he was here was over 30 years ago. Last time he was here. So now, the question is, who is he bringing with him over to a Union County football team that was 2-8 last year, this past season, including a trip to the FIT, losing in the first round. Well, we got our guy. We're going to play more music. We'll be back with high school football final here on WCO. We're playing more here. 107.9. I have the big host, Charles Jackson. I got some comments, and I am lagging. Oh, man, my fault, bro. As we speak. Fix the lagging issue. We'll be right back here on the show in a few minutes.